Hello my fellow readers. In this video I'm going to talk about Third Shift Society. This is the print version. I don't think they call it a webtoon unscrolled. So the book version of an online webtoon. I never read it as a webtoon. I had no idea. I just saw this cover while browsing Amazon and I decided to pick it up because it looked right up my alley. It just seemed cool. There's like a pumpkin-headed man and she's looking kind of spooky, and so I just grabbed it. And this is a really fun read for the fall, so if you're looking for a good comic for the fall, I would 100% say that this is a good one. I think volume 2 is coming out very, very soon. Very, very, very soon, but I don't think it's here yet. So let me explain this and then I'll get a little bit more into it. Life's funny. 1 minute you're jobless, deep in debt, and on the verge of eviction, and the next you're in a fight with a monster and getting a job working for a paranormal detective with the head of a jack-o'-lantern. It's an age-old story. Now the clumsy but determined Ellie, who's just discovered she has strong psychic powers, and her pumpkin-headed boss Ichabod have to team up and fight the things that go bump in the night. This volume collects Season 1 of the delightfully mysterious webtoon comic Third Shift Society. So I'm guessing maybe Volume 2 is Season 2? I don't know. Again, I never read the webtoon, but I have fallen in love with this. It's so weird and great. So this is a paranormal adventure where Ellie, at the beginning of the book, everything is going wrong for her. Her rent is overdue. She goes to her job at the antique shop. I think it's an antique shop. I looked that way to me. Secondhand anyway. But she goes to her job and her boss tells her it's going to be her last day, that he has to close the business. They're not making enough money. And then on top of that, I don't even think she was going to, either she wasn't going to get paid or it was going to be a while until she could get paid, but he lets her have like one free gift from the store. It's just, everything's going wrong. And she had also, I forgot, she had also kind of failed out of school, I think. And just nothing is going right. And so she's commiserating with one of her friends, but her friend can't get her a job at the restaurant she's working with and can't really help with money because she's also a strapped student who has like no money. And she's like, oh, don't worry about it. It's fine. And so whilst everything is going horribly, she ends up just kind of walking around. I don't remember why. It just kind of cuts to the scene where she's walking around and then suddenly she gets thrown into this battle that Ichabod is having with this paranormal creature. And for whatever reason, Ellie's powers just happen to awake when needed, and she gets kind of like these flames on her fists and she smacks the being and helps save Ichabod. And then after being saved, Ichabod's kind of talking to her about what her powers mean and whatever, and does offer her a job with his paranormal company. I don't know. They're kind of like a paranormal detective agency. And she, of course, needs money. She needs a job. So she says yes and gets thrown into this world. So in one part, Ichabod, who is Mr. Jack-o'-lantern head in the back here, is helping to teach her how to control and use her powers. And on the other part, it's them going through these various cases. And I don't know how much more into it I can get. It's just kind of interesting. You're seeing like different paranormal beings and what they're able to do. There's a big museum issue that they have to solve. There's also one where a fiance, husband, one of the two, partner of this person goes missing, and they're on a quest to see what happened, because when the person disappeared, there was all like this green slime and like mucus kind of gross left behind, and so they're trying to figure out if some paranormal being took him or what happened. And it's kind of a metamorphosis story, but also allowing for the fact that changelings exist in this world along with a lot of other paranormal entities. And so it's just a fun paranormal fantasy, urban fantasy kind of story that's wild and fun. And I don't know, there's so much more I want to figure out. I want to know what kind of being Ichabod is, that he has a pumpkin head. because that's weird to me, but I also kind of love it. I want to know more about Ellie and how does she have this power? Was it something that was passed down to her? Is there something she didn't know about herself that now she's finding out? I don't know yet, but I want to know. It's really good, and I can't wait to read Volume 2. I think right after I finished this one, I went to see if Volume 2 was finally released, but it wasn't yet, but almost, I think. It might be out by the time that I have this video up. I don't remember, but I know it is very, very soon that it will be up. Either way, this is a great read. I can't wait for Volume 2. I'm thinking that's going to be a nice continuum in order to get me into the Halloween spirit, but also just like, it's just what I like in general. It's just what I like in general. So I'm looking forward to it so much. And I don't want to jump to the webtoon though, because I'm so used to reading this like this. I'm gonna keep book form. So even Volume 2, I'm gonna do book form. I don't know how long the series is, unfortunately, because of that. So I don't know if it's like Volume 2, does Volume 2 wrap everything up? Is it ongoing? I have no idea. But I'm liking it. I think it's fun. I think that's about it. I really don't think there's anything else that I have to say. If you are looking for something that's kind of fun, there's slightly creepy vibes, there's definitely like paranormal entities in it. I don't know. Supernatural in general. Like, I would say, if you like Supernatural, the show, then check out Third Shift Society, because it is essentially like that, where you're going through the case of all of these things. So like you're solving little mysterious cases. It's a lot like Supernatural. So if you like the show, check out this book. I think that's it for this video. Until next time, bye.